Hello everyone, my name is Alvin. Welcome to Weekly VOC English News, where we bring you the latest and most significant news around Chinland this week. Here are some of the highlights for this week. In Sagaing Region's Galay Township, a joint operation by the local resistance forces and the Chinland Council government forces has successfully seized the company military camp, a strategic base controlled by the junta located along the Galay-Gango Highway. In Mindat Township, southern Chinland, the CDF Mindat forces have reportedly detained retired Catholic priest Father Gi-hun from Emlong village, which is part of the Pue village tract. Additionally, reports indicate that 2 villagers from Didim Township, Chin State, have died due to alleged detention and assault by the Zomi Revolutionary Army Eastern Command ZRAEC. Stay tuned for more news and developments. Resistance forces seize company military camp in Galay Township. In Sagaing Region's Galay Township, joint resistance forces have successfully captured the company military camp, which was previously controlled by the junta and Pusoti militia. The battle for company camp began on February 11 with around 70 junta troops and Pusoti members stationed at the base. Despite heavy airstrikes and reinforcements from the junta, the resistance forces were able to fully seize control of the camp by the night of February 12. During the battle, many junta troops and Pusoti fighters were reportedly killed, while others retreated toward Mando village. The resistance forces also captured a large stockpile of weapons and ammunition from the camp. Company is located in southern Galay Township near Setto village and serves as a key checkpoint along the Galay-Gango Highway. This Nankati Creek Manipur River bridge in the area is a vital route for travel between Galay and central Myanmar, making it a highly strategic military position. The junta had heavily fortified the area, constructing trenches and bunkers, and had about 70 troops, including a battalion commander, stationed at the base. To prevent its loss, the junta launched multiple airstrikes, but the resistance forces successfully took control of the camp despite the heavy bombardment. Following the loss of Company, the junta has continued relentless airstrikes, leading to civilian casualties and the destruction of homes. Reports indicate that over 10 villages have been affected and more than 10,000 people have been displaced, fleeing for their safety. The operation to seize the camp was a coordinated effort between local People's Defense Force (PDF) from the Galay-Gango region and the Chinland Council Chinland government forces. The junta's continuous airstrikes have raised concern about the safety of the civilian in the area, with many being forced to abandon their homes due to the ongoing conflict. Retired Catholic priest Father Gi-hun detained by CDF Mindat in southern Chin State. Reports indicate that retired Catholic priest Father Gi-hun from Emlong village, Pue village tract, Mindat Township, southern Chin State, has been detained by the CDF Mindat forces. According to local sources, CDF Mindat forces arrested Father Gi-hun at around 10 a.m. on February 9, taking him from his home in Emlong village. He is currently being held in Mindat town, and reports suggest that his family has not been allowed to meet him. In addition to Father Gi-hun, 2 village administrators from Emlong village were also arrested by CDF Mindat but were later released on February 10. However, Father Gi-hun remains in detention. Sources suggest that Father Gi-hun is a member of the Mindat Council under the Chinland Council and had attended a Chinland Council meeting held at the end of last month. His arrest is believed to be linked to his involvement in the Chinland Council's activities. As of now, CDF Mindat has not released an official statement regarding his detention. 2 villagers killed by ZRAEC in Didim Township. Reports indicate that 2 villagers from Didim Township, Chin State, have died due to alleged detainment and assault by the Zomi Revolutionary Army Eastern Command ZRAEC. According to sources, Ukam Lintan and his brother-in-law Udalmon Kim, both from Ngalbol village, Didim Township, were detained and beaten by ZRAEC forces for allegedly violating a night curfew order imposed by the group. On the night of February 5th, Ukam Lintan visited his brother-in-law Udalmon Kim's house. While returning home, ZRAEC soldiers detained him, accusing him of violating the curfew. He was reportedly beaten to the point of unconsciousness before being sent back to his home. The next day, on February 6th, ZRAEC forces also detained Udalmun Kim, a 23-year-old school teacher, interrogated him and subjected him to serve beatings. Due to the intensity of the assault, he succumbed to his injuries and passed away later that night around 11 p.m. His body was then returned to his home. Tragically, U Kam-nyen-tan also died on February 8 due to the injuries he sustained from the beatings. Following the incident, ZRAEC leaders reportedly visited the victims' families and offered an apology following Chin customary traditions. ZRAEC has a history of military operations in Chin State and Manipur, India, including the assassination of a PDF Zolan leader. This group has also been known to collaborate with the military junta, actively engaging in military conflicts with the Chin National Front CNF and resistant groups in Tidim and Tonzang townships. CDF Mindat issues entry restrictions for returning residents of Mindat town. The CDF Mindat announced on February 9 that only individuals who contributed the Revolution Fund during the resistant period will be allowed to return and reside in Mindat. Residents wishing to return must present proof of their contributions, which can be obtained from village or township administrators. Those who did not contribute in the past will be required to make donations at the entry checkpoints before being granted permission to enter the town. Additionally, the city of Mindat has introduced strict regulations for those returning, including a curfew from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m., a ban on gathering of more than 10 people, a requirement to report any suspicious or explosive materials. For cargo trucks, restrictions allow them to pass through only on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., but overnight stops in the town are strictly prohibited. The battle for Mindat was launched by Chinland Defense Forces CDF and the Arkan Army on November 9, 2024, and the town was fully liberated on December 21, 2024. However, due to intense airstrikes and firebombing by the junta, hundreds of homes were destroyed, leaving many residents homeless. ZRAEC captures a PDA Tidim military outpost. The Zomi Revolutionary Army Eastern Command ZRAEC has reportedly captured a military outpost of the Chinland Council's PDA Tidim forces in Tidim Township. On the evening of February 12, around 100 ZRAEC soldiers launched a coordinated attack on the PDA Tidim security outpost located between Falza and New Talmol village. At the time of the attack, only 3 or 4 PDA Tidim troops were stationed at the outpost, making it difficult for them to defend against the overwhelming number of ZRAEC forces. As a result, the outpost was seized. Although no casualties were reported among the PDA Tidim troops, they suffered losses to weapons, ammunition, and military equipment. ZRAEC has been actively conducting military operations in northern Chin State, including in Tidim and Tonzang townships. Previously, the group had collaborated with the military junta and attacked Chin resistant bases, including those of the CNA and CDF. During the Chinland Council's military offensive in May 2024, when they successfully captured Tonzang and Jika towns, ZRAEC sided with the military junta in resisting the takeover. After the fall of Tonzang and Jika, ZRAEC forces retreated into Manipur, India, but have since resumed military activities in northern Chin State. U.S. funding cuts impact healthcare in Chin State. The Chin Human Rights Organization, CHRO, has warned the healthcare services in Chin State are deteriorating due to funding cuts from the U.S. government, putting thousands of vulnerable and displaced individuals at risk. CHRO reported that respiratory infections and diarrhea-related illnesses are spreading rapidly across 4 townships in southern Chin State, including Mindat, Matapi Kampalet, and Palawa. If left unchecked, the situation could worsen significantly. Due to insufficient medical staff and resources, disease outbreaks are overwhelmingly harder to control, creating an unprecedented health emergency in the region. Chin Telehealth, a healthcare organization operating in Chin State, reported that between mid-December 2024 and February 6, 2025, a total of 481 cases of diarrhea and suspected cholera were recorded across Minden Township, 143 cases, Matapi Township, 190 cases, Kampalet Township, 24 cases, Palawa Township, 124 cases. Among these, 4 fatalities have been confirmed. 2 infants under 1-year-old in Palawa, 1 infant and 1 adult in Minden. CHRO has stated that their mobile medical teams previously provided essential healthcare services in Chin State, but due to the U.S. funding cuts, many critical health operations have now been suspended. As a result, thousands of people in need of emergency medical care are now at severe risk. That concludes this week's VOC English Weekly News. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you again in our next broadcast. Goodbye.